لكن كل هذه الدول التي شهدت انقلابات كلها تقريبا أنت شخصيا عملت فيها أو كانت لك تجارب فيها. خلينا نفصل قليلا في هذا الموضوع. نبدأ من أحدث الانقلابات من الغابون. هل يمكن أن يكون فشل الغرب أو التجمعات الإقليمية الإفريقية مثل تكتل المجموعة الاقتصادية لدول غرب إفريقيا فشلهم في إجهاض الانقلابات العسكرية وإعادة الحكم المدني إلى النيجر ومالي على سبيل المثال، هل يمكن أن يكون هو السبب الذي شجع العسكريين في الغابون ليطيحوا بالرئيس علي بونغو؟ وإحنا بنعرف أنه هناك قرابة بين بونغو والقائد العسكري الجديد في الغابون أيضاً.
Individual. There are unique circumstances in each country, but as you rightly point out, there are some commonalities, and I think you singled out a very important one, which is the failure of the international community, but in particular of African institutions, regional organizations, whether it be the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, for the West African countries, or the Economic Community of Central African States, ECAS, in the case of Gabon, that have condemned coups, but they've been unable, in fact, impuissant to restore previous governments. And I think that has emboldened others who might be contemplating the same to know that they face few consequences if they can brave it out. And I think, so that is a major challenge, is the fact that Africa's institutions have not matched their rhetoric and their aspirations with action. So it's a pretty good bet that if you can succeed, you may be able to hold on to power. And I think that's a very dangerous thing. At the same time, however, I think it's important to keep in mind that what came before these coups, I'm talking about all of them generically, not a specific one, is often taken for granted. And I don't think that should be. I think we need to also look at what might have contributed to these things, not to justify the coups, but at least to understand better the context in which they occur. In many respects, that last most recent coup, the one in Gabon, could arguably be called a friendly coup. The new president is himself a distant relation of the previous one, President Ali Bongo Ondimba. And in fact, it was relatively cordial in the sense that the former president was not imprisoned or there were threats. And in fact, today, spokesman for the transitional authorities announced that the former president, Ali Bongo Ondimba, was free to travel abroad. There are no restrictions on him. Now, his wife, who was one of the grievances that led to the coup, is being detained, as well as one of their sons with her, as well as another son, Nuruddin, being held on suspicion of corruption by the new authorities. But the former president himself has been free to travel, as is his adopted son. So it's a different scenario than what has transpired in other countries.